So that's 1 piercing rounds magazine, 1 grenade and 2 walls.
Grenade.
And it will take 10 seconds to make.
If you're lucky.
So here I make the magazine and the wall. What we not use I can put in my inventory. Now what's exactly did I store my pocket? What a mess. Wait. From stone I can make some landfill. Always handy. Let me clean up the rest of the ore. This is how to enjoy.
Hello and welcome to How to Enjoy. My name is Arya and today we follow HerazNL in his factory. Say hi to all the promising engineers watching your channel.
Well, hello everybody and hello Arya. It's nice to have another psycho not existing AI around me.
You're welcome. Love you too.
I just finished the military science packs, so together with the automation packs and the logistics science packs I can do a lot of research, while in the same time start defending the factory and make it my home base. When you produce military packs you automatically produce stuff you can use to protect your factory. Shall I show you my factory and what I build so far?
Oh, I can't wait.
If you want to see how I build this factory so far, just leave a comment and I see if I can make a serie out of it. Just kidding.
Stop trying to be funny. You're not. So if you finished the military science packs, can you show me your bus? I have seen a lot of tutorials, and they all start with the bus. How many lanes you already set up for your bus? This is Nilhouse explaining the bus.
My recommendation for a main bus size, to get you going, launch a couple of rockets and then expand it to a mega base, is 8 lanes of iron, 8 lanes of copper, 2 lanes of green, but make room for 4 lanes, 2 lanes of plastic, 1 lane of steel, 1 lane of reds, but make room for 2 lanes of reds. If you build this size, you will be able to launch rockets, complete the science, and start building the materials you need for a larger base.
He's making great videos. I put a link below in the description if you want to see his tutorials. Great stuff.
It is.
But what?
That's not what we gonna build. I did that more than once and you are always busy to fill up the lanes in the bus. I make a bus with only ore. And we keep it lean and clean. So if we need something we build it. I made some special rules for this factory. There will be no bus. There will be a lot of trains. There will be no use of blueprints made outside of this game.
Right. That's clear. So what you built here?
This little setup just creates steel furnaces to upgrade the stone ones. It takes all resources local, and will make one stock over time. Every factory starts with a power plant. This is mine and it's running out of fuel, so let's make some extra drills to collect coal.
Steam power is an easy way to power your factory. It's also the shortest way to meet some biters.
That's a fact. Let's go on. Let's build them here so if they are finished we can place a steam engine for our power plant. The power plant is getting the first ore. This way we never run out of electricity.
So it's all about priority?
Correct. There is no use for coal in the factory as long as there is no power. If you need something a lot you make sure then it will be made somewhere. Make sure that you have iron copper electronic circuits and gear wheels in your inventory all the time to make a quick craft.
Steel? Let me look at this. I think it's a funny setup, and it looks unorganized.
Did I tell you already that your voice sounds annoying?
More than once. Let's have a look at the factory to see if that's annoying too.
This is where I was talking about. Making stock somewhere in a steady pace, so you can always come around to take some materials you need. When you build your automation power packs,
Yeah, the red ones.
the cheap red ones, you also make iron gear wheels and copper plates.
So what you saying is that when you start you only have to build the science packs to get your base running.
Well, it's a good start. That's what I was trying to explain.
Alright. Sounds reasonable.
When you start building the logistics science packs you also producing the green electric circuit,
What you have extra?
the yellow transport belt, and the orange inserter.
Okay, I see. You buffer those items for when you need them. But then you must produce more than you actually need for your research, and there are still items you have to handcraft. But because you have all the base items, crafting is easy.
Let's remove this wall. It was a temporary protection when I finished the logistics science.
You mean the green ones?
That's it.
Was your factory always so organized?
Absolutely not. Let me tell you a little history about me and the game. It started way back somewhere around version 12. Whatever.
That sounds exciting. Let's have a look in your first factory.
Oh, maybe later. First I get rid of those packs, and I clean up this mess. We need to start defending this as soon as possible.
No, it can wait. You just don't want to show us your miserable factory you made back then. Too late. Here we go.
You see base 01235, that's a long time ago. Let's have a look at this one with 6 hours in. That's the same amount I spend on the base I'm working on right now. Don't forget there was no manual.
I think I've seen enough already. Show me some quick setups you made and get out of here, it's hurting my stomach.
Give me a break, it was my first one. You know how many hours ago that is?
To be exactly 4,519.1 hours, and you didn't play today. Shame on you.
That's the amount on Steam. It's actually much more.
If you like to see more history, just leave a comment, and I make it happen.
Here I just found out how to make stone and walls. Also the power supply is from the year 250 BC. It was an adventure just to find out how everything worked. The community was just starting and already great. It was the time before you came around.
Are you serious?
So I went to YouTube to find some instruction videos. Exterminator Scarhoof and Jepwin were the first YouTubers I followed and enjoyed. Scarhoof quit making videos and even removed all his content. Jepwin took down his Factorio content for personal reasons. Understandable, but a pity. He introduced logics to me in his factory. His content is gone, but his factory lives on. I still have access to that factory, and if you like I could do an episode explore that factory and see the setup for his tutorials. Let me upgrade the stone furnaces to steel furnaces to speed up a little bit and to save some coal. Now let's build a little steel factory for personal use. It's handy that I can take some steel bars, because you can't handcraft steel bars. Later on we gonna need a lot of steel, so just let the burning begin.
You are so right.
Before I go on I make sure my inventory is filled with all the great materials I already automate.
It's better to limit the goods you produce in the storage box for a reason. Try only to produce what you actually need.
And the goods I need that I didn't automate I make sure I handcraft enough, like the red long arm inserter. Just fill up your inventory with leftovers.
Just upgrade the grenade, because you are working on defense now.
That's the plan.
So while you're filling your pockets, tell me more about Exterminator and Co.
Exterminator made a lot of confusing videos.
This is not a good idea. I would highly recommend not doing this. The reason for this is because,
Please tell me why.
well, one, if something goes wrong, like in here, you have to like walk all the way around the thing and get in here, either from this way or this way. And it's just, like, you can't fit tower poles in here. So you have to like cross them over, and it just gets really messy. And then it's really hard to modify, if that makes sense. Like, I just wouldn't recommend this.
Most of the time it didn't make sense, but it was funny and entertaining. But above all there was
Madzuri.
Yes, Madzuri. Madzuri was the guru in ratios. From that point everything was about ratios. He gonna talk about a 6% loss.
Well, overall, it's a very good design. You're losing a little bit, like 6% efficiency on the cabling due to it being a 1-to-1 ratio, but trying to balance a 15 to 14 ratio is kind of annoying, so this is pretty close to optimal. So the build ratio is good.
Okay.
It's about ratios. Let me explain ratios to you and why I'm not a fan of the ratio preachers. This is what they mean by a 1-to-1 ratio. Let's say I need every second an iron plate, but my furnace produces only one plate in 1.1 second. I could upgrade the factory with faster input or insert a speed module. But what I have the most is a place to build and raw materials. So why not building just another factory? It's fun too. I don't care about ratios and efficiency that much.
Okay.
Let me show you a little test setup for a better understanding. I'm not saying Matsuri is wrong. I'm saying it's not interesting enough to build everything by exact ratio. Talking about 6%. Let me show you the difference. Here you see two setups that make electronic circuits. The belts are waiting for an OK signal. Then both setups will receive the goods they need. The setups both working with a yellow transport belt. That's what's decide the speed for now. All the chests are connected together to count the number of circuits produced. The ratio setup counts the circuits with the red wire. The green wire counts the other setup we build. Let's turn it on.
Let the show begin.
As you can see, the copper plate will run out first because you need them the most. You need 2 iron plates and 3 copper plates to produce 2 electronic green circuits. Of course your ratio will drop as soon as you can't deliver the necessary materials.
For now there is just a little difference. A very, very little difference. Let's speed it up to 1K.
I just try to explain that you have to enjoy your build and all other thing are irrelevant. There is no rule for ratio. Just enjoy your creation.
Okay.
Good enough for me. I need some wood for a shotgun and some wooden crates.
I think it's smart to start some personal defense. A shotgun is a good thing. But also automate the shells.
Sure, but first have a look what is threatening us. Is it something to overcome, or have we to act quickly?
In a short time they will hit you around the water. I think you have to build a wall around your factory now that it's still quiet.
From now on we automate everything we think we need a lot. That's how I enjoy making all those tiny little automations the most. That's how to enjoy Factorio for me.
So not using a blueprint?
Alright, so JD's Workshop. JD's Workshop is a masterpiece of construction. It makes everything you might need in the game to get you from start to end.
Yeah, it's a great thing. And if you copy it, it will work. Like number painting. When you use the right colors you get a great painting. Still not yours, but a great painting. We are not gonna copy someone else's idea by a cheap blueprint.
Okay.
When this game is finished we build every structure inside it. Not one factory should be the same.
Okay.
Let me first connect my 2 military science outputs together. Then we gonna make this go around the complete factory.
So you gonna defense you factory with gun turrets?
Gun turrets can last until the end, and I love the sound.
So then it's smart to automate the turrets as well, because they take a long time to craft.
You're absolutely right about that. Let me see what we produced so far. If necessary, I build 1 extra military science pack factory over here. But I think we are fine for now. Let's first build some shells. Together with grenades that would be more than enough for defense and even offense. Let me show you how you build from scratch.
Wow.
First we need 2 furnaces to make the iron and copper plate. They can only grab from the second belt, so I have to switch those lines in between. I copy the settings from earlier splitters. I extend the belts. Put orange inserters for the coal and place a power pole. 1 assembly machine will do the trick. Let's put them in a box and limit it for 2 stocks.
I think that's the most easy thing to make after the firearm magazine. You know, the yellow one.
You could be right. Let's take the first one just to fill my shotgun.
You should build a setup for gun turrets. We talked about that, didn't we?
Yes, we did. If you defense your factory with gun turrets, you're gonna need a lot of inserters, belts, and walls. Everything is already automated except for gun turrets. So let's fix that now. Let's have a look what we need exactly.
20 iron plates, 10 copper plates, and 10 iron gear wheels.
So I have to build an assembler for iron gear wheels first. Let's place a pole here.
So you place the assemblers and then look what they need. That easy?
Sure. And here. And over here. And this will produce gun turrets.
You are so smart.
And you so annoying.
Go on.
The ratios, if we care, are that we will be waiting for iron plates. We fix that later if necessary.
But how important is it that it will produce quickly?
Not at all. It can be annoying when you have to wait for your materials, but there are much more other things to do. Priority. Just like you said.
Now just connect the dots, and it will start producing in always the same pace.
Yes, and it only use raw ore. When you are satisfied with your setup, the main logistics will be to keep control over your raw ore. When a belt is getting empty, you can also easily side fill your bus. Later on we can extend our bus with water or even oil. As you know, I have a setup for making steel furnaces. I upgrade this as soon as possible because the steel furnaces are quicker and use less coal. That will be the maximum speed on coal. When we want to upgrade, we have to switch to electric furnaces.
But you know that will only be possible when you have the blue chemical science packs.
I know, but for now we first keep working on defense. The factory is fast enough to produce the materials we need now.
And you have to protect what you have now before it's too late. Get busy.
Let me finish this belt and connect the furnaces. This one will take iron ore and this one copper ore. So we will produce iron and copper plates.
You're gonna need medium electric poles soon.
Yes. Let me put the gun turrets in a box. 2 stocks must be enough. Let's get steel furnaces. 28 is enough for now.
Are you sure everything is running smooth over here?
Whoops, I see I forget to connect one drill. Collect my first produced steel. Great. Let's see if we can sneak through here with some yellow belt. A few undergrounders must do the trick. I'm gonna connect this belt to the magazine output of the military science pack factory. When we are not using the military packs, the factory will build magazines only for defense. Later on, I love to build a system where the research is turned off to get the factory in full defense mode when necessary. You have to set a goal. Now I'm gonna build a big ring with magazines and a wall to protect the factory.
Of course you can build a separate magazine builder. But that's more for later on and depend on the number of biters in your world. For the time being, you can increase the size of the box if you need more wall.
Now I'm gonna arm myself. When I'm running in the outfield, I need some protection. Let's start building our defense. If I build a wall here, I can use the place inside for a train station. I connect it to the water. Water is the best protection there is. Useful as well. As soon as you don't need the trees anymore, destroy them with some grenades. When I'm finished with this research, I will only need one to destroy a tree. Almost there. Okay, that's the maximum power we can get for now. I have to make the blue science packs. When I'm building the wall, I research to increase the power of my guns and turrets. In the next episode, we will start researching physical projectile damage and increase the speed. Thanks for watching.
Hadu.
Hadu.